Hello everyone, thank you for coming. My name's Catherine. We'll get started in just a moment. I've got my colleague here, Sophie, who will be talking about Yarra Community Grants Program for 2027. This is also going to be recorded and we'll put it up on the website for people that couldn't attend or if you need to look back on it later. There'll be time at the end as well if you wish to ask any questions. Sophie or I will be able to help. Sophie's put some documents and links in is it in the chat? Sorry. So there's some information there such as our guidelines and links to our website, which has all the information about our grants program. And I guess before we start, I should acknowledge that we're meeting on the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people. They are the traditional owners of and the true sovereigns of the land that is now known as Yarra, and we pay our respects to their elders to elders of all nations and to their elders past and present. So welcome to everyone. I guess we can get started now. My name's Catherine. I'm part of the grants team. I have my colleague Sophie. She's sitting next to me here as well. Kira's also part of our team. She's not here today. But thank you so much for coming. If you have a question, pop your hand up and hopefully I'll see it. Otherwise, we will be able to answer those at the end as well. If you've got a really personal question in terms of just about your individual project or program, you're more than welcome to send us an email or to give us a call. And of course, we can talk that through with you as well. We're here to help. So why do Yarra provide these grants? Well, we want our Yarra Community Grants Program is here to fund community-driven projects that improve the access to and quality of social, economic and cultural life across the neighbourhoods, shared spaces and communities of the City of Yarra. We have these are the three principles that we ask your grant to align with at least one of them. You don't have to meet all three, but we want to promote access and equity within Yarra. We want to deliver local benefit. We also want to enable participation within Yarra as well. And the funding has not changed. It is still $1.54 million. That's endorsed by the council budget, so that can't change for next year. I know there was something out on social media that it had been decreased, but it hasn't. It's still the same. And these are the key dates. Our applications opened last Friday, so on the 17th of July, and we give you 6 weeks to get your applications in for the medium and the large grants. They're going to close on Friday, the 28th of August at 5 p.m. We do not accept late applications, so please do your best to get your applications in before then. And if you have any questions, please ask them earlier too. The last week can get pretty busy when we have over up to 200 or 300 applications. We can't speak to everyone in the last week. So if you can be prepared and get any questions, ask them early. That's really helpful. The decisions will be announced in December, on Wednesday the 16th of December. We will let everybody know. They will go to council meeting the night before for endorsement, and that's why we can let you know from the 16th of December. And then all the grants will be paid from, if you're approved, they'll be paid from January. And projects are to commence from January too, of course, and the medium and the large ones are all for projects to run in 2027. We also have a small grants program. So these are smaller grants. They're up to $4,000. The applications for those ones will open a little bit later this year on Thursday, the 1st of October at 9 a.m. And those will close when each stream, when their funding has run out. Each stream will have its allocated funding. So the ones that usually run out earlier are the creative stream and the healthy communities. They usually run out pretty early because lots of people apply for those. They're very, very competitive. So if you do wish to apply for a healthy or a creative one, please get your application within the first month. These are for projects to commence from the 1st of December, and it can be for up till the end of December 2027. So if you have a project, a small project that you need, or you need some funding for a small project for next year, please get your application in early. Start thinking about that now. Please read our guidelines. Sophie's linked those in the chat or the Q&A part. The guidelines in there will show if you're eligible. There are quite a few eligibility criteria that you will need to meet. Most of the grants are given to not-for-profit community-based organisations who are incorporated, but of course there are some exceptions, and a couple of the streams you can apply if you're a sole trader. So if you do have any doubts at all about your eligibility, just talk to us and we can help you with that. If you do need any clarification, that's what we're here for. And we have three sizes of the grants. So the smalls are the ones that will open up on the 1st of October, and they're up to $4,000. Our medium grants and the large ones, they're open now. So the medium of $4,001 to $2,000, and then the larger $20,001 to $40,000 for larger projects. And then we have 7 grant streams. So we have an extra one this year. Last year with our new grants program, we had 6 streams, but we do have a new one this year. So all the rest are the same. We've renamed them as well to make them a bit easier. So we have First Peoples, we've got our healthy communities, our local economy, which is for local businesses. We have Creative City, our environment, conservation and climate, our safe neighbourhoods, and our new stream, which is Connecting Yarra. This is new. I can explain that one a bit later, and it's for small grants only. And the small grants were formerly known as our small project grants, but now we're just calling them small grants. They're up there for funding up to $4,000 and are designed for smaller projects or events, and they can be applied for from the 1st of October when that grant round opens. The notification for those could take 6 to 8 weeks. It will kind of depend. We're going to assess those in batches. So if we get like 10 applications in the healthy, we'll look at all those together, and then we can at least notify all those, and then we'll look at the next batch. So it will just let you know, please be patient with this, because we can get a lot of applications often in the first month, especially for the creative and the healthy. So please just be patient. We get back to everyone. Even if you're not successful, of course, we'll let you know. Sometimes, if you're chasing us up multiple times a week, it just takes us away from things that we can't be actually doing the work. So please just be patient with us. We will get to you, and we'll let you know about your outcomes. And those ones, they will close at different times. It will just depend when the stream funding all runs out, and it often is at very different times. And one of the other grants we also have is called a Town Hall Subsidy Grant. And this allows community groups to hire one of our town halls, either Collingwood, Richmond or Fitzroy, for only 10% of the hire fee. So it means you can get one of our beautiful town halls for about $30 an hour, which is an incredible price if you're a community group. If you have any questions about that, you can let us know, but there's also information on our website too. And community groups can apply for one of those per year. So if you're applying for Yarra grants, please look at our guidelines, and we also have our grant administration guide has been updated this year. Previous grant approval does not indicate likely success in future rounds. We have way more grants are asked, or much more funding is asked for than we have the funding available to give. So some projects do have to miss out. Sometimes with the panel too, they do like to give something new a try, or something just may not score as high as other ones. So your project may not get through this year, but it could get through next year. So it's no one can predict what's going to be approved. So it is competitive, and funding decisions are made independently with our grants, our independent panel, sorry, and there's just never enough funding, I'm sorry. So some projects unfortunately will have to be declined. So there's not much we can do about that. So have a think about your application now and gather as much information as you can so you can put together a good application. So hopefully you're going to be successful. The healthy community stream and the creative city streams are always very competitive. We have way more applications than there's ever funding for. So unfortunately, often really well-written applications or incredible projects can miss out, which is unfortunately, there's just not enough funding. So if you're applying for Yarra Grant, one of our Yarra grants, all the applications are on Smarty Grants. As I said, the medium and the large ones are open now. There's links on our website, and Sophie's put links in the chat as well. And please read the guidelines. They're there to help you. They can look at the stream you're going to apply for, have a look at what the objectives are and see if you can meet those objectives. If you can show that in your application, that's really good. It can help the assessors. It might help your application score a bit higher. So when you're applying for a grant, just be prepared. You'll need to, if you're a community organisation, you'll need to have a financial statement. Keep your budget realistic, but please be detailed. If it's a bit vague and hasn't given all the details, you could be scored lower, because if the panel are left wondering, this budget's a bit unclear, we're not sure what it means, you could be scored lower. So that means then you could be put below other applications that might be successful. So, and also just use plain English. Please don't use jargon. Write your application as if you were writing it for a complete and utter stranger. So if you needed to explain what your project or what your program or what your organisation does, explain it as if it's to a stranger who knows absolutely nothing about what you're trying to do, because the panel may not be familiar with what you're trying to offer. They may not have heard of you before. They're not allowed to ask for further information. We're not allowed to give them extra information about previous applications that you may have submitted. Everything is looked at from that application. So any supporting documents too, don't forget to submit them, because sometimes if they're forgotten too, that could have been an incredible document which could have explained more about what your project is, and that could have been really helpful for the panel. If you are having trouble with your application, Sophie, Kira and I, we're here to help you. Just give us a call or email us. We want you to put forward the best application you can. If you do need help with your application, especially if English is your second language, we can arrange interpreters. We do need to do that via appointment to make sure we're available, because we can get a bit busy, and they're by appointment up until the Friday before they close. The last week, we're often very busy fielding lots of last minute questions. So if you do need questions or help, please ask us early. Don't leave it to the last day, because often you will not be able to get through to us. We look at everyone that asks for help or inquires or rings up and has a question. We talk to everyone in turn. So if we just don't have time to get to you, then unfortunately we may not be able to help you in that last week. We are a small team. We have got some grant writing tips on our website, but there's also, whoops, is that still working? Okay, great. Sorry, something came up on the big screen. So just read the grant guidelines. There's grant writing resources on the website. Be concise and assume that the grant assessors do not know anything about your group or even your project or your program. And of course, you can email or call us and ask for assistance. And what will happen if you are approved? From the 16th of December, we will be letting everybody know. And if you're successful, we email you a grant funding agreement for you to complete. It's like a legal document saying, yes, I accept this funding, and you'll need to submit a copy of your public liability insurance at that time. All funds are paid via EFT, and projects are to commence from the 1st of January. And if you miss out on a grant, you can ask us for feedback. We always do give feedback. We try and be constructive to help you for your next time you apply with us, or if you apply with someone else as well. And as I said earlier, last year we had our $1.5 million grant pool, and we had applications asking for over $4.5 million worth of projects. So over $3 million worth of grants missed out. That's a huge amount. And we hate having to say no to you, to people, because so many of all of your projects are amazing, but there's just not enough funding, I'm sorry. So if you miss out, it's a good chance to start planning for next year or look at other funding opportunities. We have Grant Guru. Sophie, did you link Grant Guru on our website, please, too? Actually, we'll pop that in there as well. We have our free grant finder on our website called Grant Guru, and you register with that. It's completely free. We offer that for everyone to use. You can set up alerts, so you could get alerts with put some words in which might relate to your group, like multicultural, anything. I can't think of anything, but put your words in and you'll get emailed about grants that do come up all over. So it could be a state gov, it could be a federal, it could be anywhere within Australia. A grant may come up that you could apply for somewhere else. So don't just rely on ours. There are other funding out there. At the moment, there's Bunnings Community Grants are out there. They're offering, I think it was up to $10,000 for community groups doing great work in the community. If you're subscribed to our newsletter, which I know most of you are because that's how you heard about this, then we always share, every month we share a couple of grants that we think that people on our subscriber list would be interested in. So do look at other opportunities. And especially if you are already doing work in the community or running a program similar to what you have, document that, take some photos, take some videos. If you can, get some statements off the people that are attending to say how wonderful or how great your program is, what it means to them, so you can use that in your next application. Or as well, another thing is too, you can look at partnership possibilities. You can look at, on our website in the resources section, we have previous grants that have been approved. You could look at those and see if you could partner or work with other groups that have done similar things before. So if you are successful, if you're managing your grant, you'll need to set up an evaluation strategy, keep track of how you're spending your money, because we do ask for receipts for items over $250. Publicly acknowledge the grant if you're able to, and grant recipients are required to submit an acquittal report within 2 months of the project completion. We'll send you a form, which is the acquittal form, and it asks questions. So that at least gives you a place where to start when you're doing your acquittal. But have a think about, like, collecting data. Do you need to attendance, say how much attendance or how many people attended each session, or take some good quality photos or some short videos if you're able to, and they could be either for your social media or newsletters. But we like to share your projects as well. We like to show what other grants recipients are doing, so we might put that in our newsletter, or it might get shared on one of Yarra socials as well. Yes, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to open it up now so people can ask questions while you've got us here. I can hear Sophie tip-tapping away, so she's obviously been asking questions as we go along. There's a lot of information on our website. When anything changes, we put things on there straight away. We try to be very responsive. If anything changes or if there's something new, we'll put it up on the website. And with our monthly newsletter, we try and let you know as much information as we can, but also let you know about other grants that we've heard about. Often through, because I subscribe to Grant Guru myself, lots of things pop up on that I think, oh my gosh, that would be great. I know that community group would love that. If I have time, I do my best to let you all know as well, contacts that I already know. So because we want you to succeed. We love our love our community and all the amazing, incredible work that you're doing out there. And I wish there was more funding so you could all succeed and all be extremely successful. Um, so did anyone have any questions? I haven't seen the chat. I'm sure Sophie has absolutely answered everything. Alrighty, let's see if we can answer some. No, not at all, because you can't apply for the same project. Many organisations, especially community organisations or neighbourhood houses, will apply for multiple grants, and each one will be a different project, completely and utterly different project. So that's not going to be detrimental to you at all, because some groups as well have to do really great programs. So no, don't worry about that. Just concentrate on each application showing what that program or what that project is. All right, we've got another one. Would council members, reps be willing to attend one of our program sessions to see the impact firsthand? Um, we're not in a position at the moment to come out to every group. I don't understand is this to help you with your application? Um, Mariam, is that one to help you with your application, or is that after you've actually been successful? If you are successful, we do get a lot of invitations. If you're like having an event or a book launch or something, we do get, yeah, afterwards we do get invitations, and we please invite us. You're welcome to invite the councillors as well. And if we're able to, we do our best to attend. I recently went to one of the Solstice, the Mary Creek have done lots of work at the labyrinth down on the Mary Creek, and I went to their Solstice celebration. It was incredible to see the work that they've done with grant funding over multiple years. They've been lucky enough to have grant funding the last 3 years, and every year they've done a little bit, like they broke up a very big project into much smaller projects. They've made the whole labyrinth bigger. They've put rocks down to reduce, so it's not muddy anymore, and they've increased the drainage and done lots of native planting. So you don't have to do, if you've got an amazingly big project as well, or idea, you can break it down. Start small. Don't be afraid to start applying for a small grant, and then like as a trial, and then the next year you could then apply for a medium or a large one once you've got that evidence to show, yes, I can do this, and it was successful and it was needed. Sorry, I went a bit off track there. I get a bit excited. So can individuals apply for medium or large grants? Nope. Individuals can apply, like if you're a sole trader, you can apply under certain streams, especially if you're a sole trader, creative sole. If you're a creative, you can apply under the creative stream. Sole traders working as a business within Yarra can apply under I'm still getting used to the new names of the streams, sorry, excuse me, can apply under their local economy stream, and can also apply under the safe neighbourhood stream. And then the Creative City, individual artists can apply under the Creative City. That's all explained in greater detail in the guidelines. Okay. Oh no, so we have different panel members. Sophie, did you and so sorry, I'm just checking. Just, yeah, check the guidelines. Panels are specialized. Yes, we have multiple panels. We'll have like a creative specialized one, and we have a First Peoples panel that they are First Peoples that are on that panel, and then we have creatives, which will be on the creative, and we have people that have expert knowledge about their climate, environment and conservation, which will be on those panels. So no, they're all specialized. Okay. Okay, so if one of the groups doesn't live in the City of Yarra, but we will be filling in the application form, do we need to use those who live? No, but the project or the program has to be run within the Yarra. We understand groups that aren't just based in Yarra might run a project or a program or have an event in Yarra. That's okay, but you do just have to show that it's for the benefit of Yarra, and there has to be strong links and connections to Yarra. If there's not strong enough connection to Yarra, your application may be scored lower. We do Sophie, Kira, and I do eligibility checks beforehand, before all the applications actually go to the panel. We make sure that you're eligible, that it's not someone who is a creative applying under their individual ABN in the healthy. That means they're ineligible. So we make sure that you all meet the eligibility first. So we would be asking why are you applying if you're not in Yarra, but you're obviously, if you're running a program within Yarra, that is okay. All right, are there any other questions? Have you answered Connor's one yet? Sophie, yep, okay, thank you. All right, and there's one here. If you're part of an artist group but not registered as a non-profit organisation, can we apply for medium large scale grants? Oh, okay. If you are part of an artist group but you're not registered as a not-for-profit, you'll need to be auspiced. You could talk to one of our neighbourhood houses. They might be able to auspice you, or talk to an organisation which is a not-for-profit. Or you could even talk to Auspicious Arts, who could help with that. Auspicious Arts they get very busy. So if you do need to look for an auspice, do that early. Actually, Sophie, we can put the Auspicious Arts email address in as well. They can act as an auspice. They do charge a small fee for that, but you would then be covered by their public liability insurance as well, which is really good, because especially if it's a large grant, because you may need quite a high public liability insurance, and I know that can be really expensive. At least you'd be covered under the auspices. All right, is there anything else? All right. Did anyone else have any other questions we could help with? Well, thank you everyone for coming along and showing interest in our community grants program. We really look forward to seeing all the incredible ideas you're going to put forward to us. Can't wait to see them. We honestly have one of the best jobs at Yarra. We're very lucky. Thank you so much for your time, and oh, thank you, everyone. And if you do need to reach out to us, give us a call or send us an email. We have a shared email, our Yarra grants at yarracity.vic.gov.au. It's on our website. We can pop it in the chat here as well. Please email us. We'll have access to that, so we can answer any of your questions. If you do need an auspice, please, please, please get in touch with your auspice early on. Don't leave it to the last week, because sometimes that can take a little bit of time. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and we look forward to seeing your applications come through really soon. Thank you.